Good morning, Jackednnerdy fans. Welcome to my very special non-spoiler review of Deadpool and Wolverine. Before I jump into that review though, as always, hit that subscribe button so you guys never miss out on a video. And if you do enjoy our content, please give the videos a thumbs up. It greatly supports the channel and it doesn't cost you a thing. So smash that thumbs up button. We appreciate your support. Now, let's jump straight into it. So, last night I managed to get an early screening of Deadpool and Wolverine, and I've been looking forward to this movie ever since they announced that they were making it. Obviously, you know, everyone loves the first Deadpool movie. It made huge box office numbers, got raving reviews. Everyone loved it. Second one I still enjoyed, but I didn't enjoy it as much as the first one. But I mean, it's Deadpool, it's Ryan Reynolds, you know, it's R-rated comedy. You know, of course I was going to give this movie a go, especially after they announced that Hugh Jackman was coming back to play Wolverine. So and of course this is the first outing for Deadpool in the MCU as well, so that was always going to be an interesting thing too. So hugely, I'd have to say this is probably my most anticipated movie of this entire year. You know, I mean, who's not looking forward to this film? So I had massive expectations. I was super excited. And everything. So what were my thoughts? So obviously the promo for this has been fantastic, you know, as per Ryan Reynolds' usual style when promoting Deadpool. Basically, my thoughts were this movie is just absolutely fantastic. It is right up there in lockstep with the very first film. I think they took a lot of influences from the first film, especially, you know, the opening kind of, or the opening montage in the first, say, 10 minutes of the film, very much harkens back to the very first Deadpool movie in many ways. So that was really good. I put this film right up there with the first film. The first film was just absolutely fantastic. If anything, I would. It's very hard to say. Like, I would almost say I like it better, but without the first film, you know, you don't have this film. You know, that's the thing. So, look, very close second. Very close second. So, as we all know from the promos, you know, there's the TVA, involved. Obviously, you know, there's some event coming or going to happen, and they enlist Deadpool to help them out. And Deadpool goes and seeks Wolverine to help. No spoilers there. It's all there in the trailers, so to speak. It's all there in the promo material. I mean, like I said, like right from the first 30 seconds, you're in the thick of it. You know, the comedy just right from the outset slaps you in the face, and you're often running to the races within the first 30 seconds of this film. And it's absolutely glorious. It is absolutely glorious. The action sequences that we've come to expect from Deadpool in these films, it's on par. If it's not on par, they just take it to the next freaking level. You know, the action sequences are just absolutely phenomenal. The story is great. I have to say, actually, the story is really good. They have invested time and effort into the story. Again, you know, the comedy, they've let Ryan Reynolds really cut loose in this, which I think is fantastic. It's really refreshing, you know, to see. You know, let's face it, Marvel and the MCU and Disney have been fucking everything up for the last couple of years. You know, and everything's been shockingly bad. Audiences have all felt it and what have you. But with this film, they have managed to keep their nonsense out of it. I mean, they do make some edgy humour about it, which is typical Ryan Reynolds Deadpool fashion. So he takes the piss out of Disney and Feige and all of that, which is great. But basically, they haven't shackled him, dumbed it down, politicised it, wokeified it. They've basically just let it, let it be Deadpool, which is fantastic. As I said, I mean, there are a few woke things in there, but it's more done in jest and taking the piss out of it and all that, which is fantastic. So I loved it. The visual effects are absolutely incredible as usual. I mean, obviously lots of CG and all of that, but it's done really, really well. They haven't cheaped out on it. They've really held it to a very high standard. Casting. Let's get stuck into casting now. Without giving anything away, I'm going to say there are huge amounts of cameos and gratuitous ones at that. It's just ridiculous how many cameos there are in this film, which is fantastic. I loved every second of it, and it's done in a way that there are heaps of cameos, but it doesn't ruin the film. It plays into it. It plays into the story, and it plays into the humor and the comedy and everything. And so, in my opinion, the gratuitous amount of cameos works well, and it works fantastic. So that's a good thing. Again, not giving away any spoilers though. As we all know, we've got obviously Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool. You've got Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, and in my opinion, there's no one else that can play Wolverine. Full stop, hands down. I mean, they're probably going to try to recast him later on in the future, but in my opinion, just no one does Wolverine like Hugh Jackman. He's just absolutely incredible. And the team, the way that they play off each other and everything. I mean, as we know, Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman have had a great relationship for many, many years. But seeing them on screen together is just absolutely incredible. Obviously, you got Leslie Umas as Blind Owl. You've got Morena Baccarin as Vanessa. Negasonic Teenage Warhead's in there. You've got, who else have we got? Emma Corrin plays Cassandra Nova. If you're a fan of the comics, you'll know who that is. She is actually fantastic. I actually really enjoyed her screen presence. Absolutely fantastic in there. Of course, we've got Depinder coming back. You've got Shatterstar, I should say. You got Rob Delaney as Peter coming back. That's the thing. Basically, you've got all of pretty much basically all the original cast coming back, plus some new faces, obviously, especially with Emma. You got Kelly Hugh as Lady Deathstrike. Again, I don't want to do any spoilers of the cameos. Like I said, I'm being very, very specific in who I name here. But, I mean, look, as we've come to expect from these Deadpool movies, they are on point with their casting. So there's nothing to no surprises there, so to speak. Now, this film had a massive budget, I have to say, of $200 million. That being said, with all the star power that they've got in there, the visual effects, all of that, I'm not surprised the size of the budget. Obviously, this is the biggest budget yet for a Deadpool movie. All of the other two films had a much more modest budget, albeit they were still big budget, but more modest than this. Look, to be honest though, this film is going to make that money back in spades. Like, I mean, it's going to make that money back this opening weekend. Globally, it will make that money back this opening weekend. It will probably make that money back just in the US alone. So this movie is going to make huge amounts of money. It's got rewatchability. Like, to be honest, the second I walked out of the cinema, I wanted to watch it again. It's got massive rewatchability, just like the other Deadpool films. Look, it's all. No matter what way you cut it, no matter what way you look at it, I love this film. I think it's fantastic. To me, it's just as good, if not better, than the first Deadpool movie. And I make no reservations about saying that. I think it's just as good, if not better, than the first Deadpool movie. I absolutely loved it. I will definitely be going back to see it again multiple times. I'll try and take Mrs. Jackednnerdy to go and see it as a date night. It's got a Rotten Tomatoes score of 81% at the moment. That doesn't surprise me. If anything, I thought it might be a little bit higher. Personally, I'd give it an 80 to 85%. 80 to 85% is just an absolutely fantastic film. The costuming, the score. I mean, you've already kind of heard, in the trailer, you got Madonna there. Like, I mean, with these films, I mean, look, Deadpool 1, Deadpool 2, now Deadpool and Wolverine, they're following the recipe of what works. Scoring wise, soundtrack wise, Ryan Reynolds wise, humor wise, blood, sex, violence, it doesn't get any better. It does not get any better than Deadpool and Wolverine. I wholeheartedly give this film my 100% endorsement. As I said, it's my most anticipated movie of the year, and so far I'd have to say it's the best film of the year that I've seen. I absolutely love this film. It's got rewatchability. I'm not going to drone it on and on any longer. Do yourself a favour. Go to the cinemas. Check out Deadpool and Wolverine. You will not be disappointed. Hit me up in the comments section below. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on it. And until next time, guys, stay jacked and stay nerdy.